G'day guys, Tom and Wade here from Different Drop headquarters, coming at you with another Wine Unfiltered episode. Mate, we have a packed lineup of wine today, don't we?
Dude, packed. We've got a couple of Australia's best alternative variety wines to have a look at.
Yeah.
We're doing a sneak peek at our, I'd say probably our most sought after Burgundy allocation each year.
Probably, the one that disappears the fastest.
Like they're just about all sold out, but we grabbed one bottle to open up anyway. We've got a new release of one of our most popular wines ever, which should be fun. And something like pretty off the wall. If you've never seen a Georgian wine, we're about to open one in a couple of minutes.
So Rkatsiteli fans, and we're talking to you.
Shout out to all 12 Rkatsiteli fans.
We're also doing a deep dive today, mate, into the very, very limited and exciting new cuvées from one of Australia's most talented young winemakers too, which I can't wait to try these wines. We've got our blind tasting showdown, of course. Make sure we get stuck in.
Let's do it.
Let's do it. And we're back. All right, let's get going, mate.
Just before we do that, I wanted to shout out a very good mate of ours who had his 10th birthday on the weekend.
Yes.
Huge shout out to Mr. Peter Dredge.
He's not literally 10.
Oh,
you brought a bottle.
I did, yes.
So you've got a bit off script here, mate. I don't know if that's allowed.
No, it's a really light, fresh, juicy Pinot.
Is that the new 25 Pinot Rain?
Pinot Rain 2025.
Oh, thanks for bringing that in.
No worries.
You didn't pay for it.
I did not.
Thanks for going and grabbing it off the shelf.
No worries. We had an epic weekend this last weekend. Brett and I. Yeah, Tom didn't go.
No, I didn't go, sadly.
But we went down to Tassie, flew down to Hobart, and Dredgy opened up every vintage of Riesling, Pinot, and Chardonnay he's made under the Dr Edge label. So there's 48 wines on tasting.
Wow.
And it was like you had to get through the lot. There was a shitload of people in the room, because he is very, very loved.
Some good industry folk there too.
Lots of reviewers.
Big names.
Lots of reviewers. I mean, it was a big do. And then, so he's just like, taste every wine I've ever made. Tell me what's shit. Tell me what's good. And then he was on the decks, and and then we went and explored Mona, and then went out for dinner.
It was a sad one to miss. What a legend Dredgy is. I mean, probably most of our customers have heard us rabbit on about Dr. Edge, but one of Tasmania's finest, terrific bloke, and even better winemaker. So definitely in that order. This is the Pinot Rain, which is, I think he introduced this last year, maybe the year before, and just designed to be a crunchier, brighter style of Pinot compared to his typical
delicious
Dr. Edge.
So
it's so yummy.
So the Dr. Edge Pinots sell really well. They're probably the best lineup in the whole lot was the full suite of regional 17s. The 17s.
Oh, where you did the south, northwest.
They looked smoking. 21 Chardonnay was unreal. 19 North Riesling was unreal. All the Rieslings, like, Brett was like, I can't drink the Riesling at the beginning because they're just like so intense.
Brett doesn't know what he's doing.
He doesn't know.
Big fan of the show, Brett.
But then...
I know, so different job co-founder.
But so he had it set up in a horseshoe, and as you we started at the start, we started at the end, with the 24s, and then worked our way back to the 15s.
Wow.
And
were we doing them in like variety at a time?
No, we were going to. And
you went Riesling Chard Pinot, Riesling Chard Pinot.
Yeah,
you're crazy.
No, that's the way to do it. Because otherwise, you're just fucking doing laps, and then you've got to drink. You're going to drink 10 Rieslings in a row. You've got no teeth left. But the Rieslings as you got towards the back end were smoking. So
how good's this? Bright, crunchy. This is the summer Pinot. Like case closed. So good. Thanks for bringing that in.
No worries. Thanks for letting me run it off.
It's nice to be surprised every now and then in life, isn't it, mate?
It is. All right.
Shall we get into the actual
tasting
that we discussed and planned for?
Yes, please.
All right. Now I've got red wine. I'm going to give you a rinse.
Yep. Let's rinse with...
rinse with the 2024 MMAD Chenin Blanc.
All right. Do you want to tell the lovely people about MMAD?
MMAD stands for Michael, Martin, Adam, David. Martin Shaw, Michael Lewis Smith, Adam Wadowitz, and David Lemire, the four main personalities behind Shaw and Smith, also behind Toll Puddle, as mentioned a minute ago, who bought a vineyard in McLaren Vale, probably 5 or 6 years ago now, a bit more maybe.
Yep.
in Blewitt Springs, an old established site, reinvigorated and released this this brand. Now, they started off with the Shiraz and the Grenache, which is what McLaren Vale, Blewitt Springs, what's best known for. But there are other varieties planted. There's Vineyard too, there's Mataro, there's Cabernet. And those two get blended with the others into the rosé, which is great, and also just released in 25 rosé. And then there's this, which is 1939 planted Chenin Blanc. 1939.
This project, so yes, it's one of these like...
Don't mind me.
He's never had a glass of wine in his life, folks. What is going on?
One glass in. Just a shout out to Plum. Very sturdy, actually.
Yeah, no, they barely spilled a drop.
Look, they did mention to me, if you get a chance, Tom, just drop the glass just so that people can see how sturdy
how durable it is.
How durable they are in the dishwasher.
Nice. Good job, Plum.
The only glass you need.
MAD. Yeah, so this is definitely one of those blue chip old vine vineyards in the Blewitt Springs sub-region. The reds are phenomenal off this block, but the real surprise packet, like the whole reason they bought the vineyard is for the reds. And then Adam Waterwitz, the chief winemaker, was like, I don't know what to do with Chenin Blanc. so it took him a couple of years to kind of work out what he was doing with it.
The Shiraz is beautiful. The Chenin Blanc is super exciting.
Yeah, I think super exciting. That's a really exciting thing that, you know, David Lemire, to be fair, was always on, and you know, and I think he
rings for this.
Yeah, thank you. He was, you know, his interest in the Loire and also what's happening in South Africa, and you know, the variety has the ability to kind of age as well, and you know, and you know, if you treat it ambitiously, you can make some really, you know, fascinating wines, and I think that's been the journey for us and it's super exciting.
First of all, it was just like, make it like Chardonnay, and he's like, well, that doesn't actually quite work. But the last two vintages of this, the 23 and the 24, have been absolutely smoking. We tasted this was released probably 4 months ago, and it was very
wound up.
It was very tight.
Yeah.
I was like, oh man, that's not ready. It wasn't ready to drink. Well, I don't think.
I had a look at it last week. There was a quick trade event, and I got to have a sneak peek of this. And I was like, wow! I said to the sales manager here in New South Wales, that has opened right up, and it looks so much more giving and generous now. It doesn't see a lot of oak. It's naturally fermented, all hand picked. Goes into some older oak. But basically it's just got this natural kind of generosity and power to the fruit.
It does, but the acid line in this is crazy. Like, you don't think acid line in white wines from McLaren Vale.
Well, it's just getting the right varieties there, mate. Like, you know.
I know. Like, you know, the Grenache Blanc is going to work. All right. But this has like slaty, shaly, like seashells sort of kick to it. And yeah, really focused.
It's definitely got a sea spray, salty kind of
character on the nose. Nice kind of like umami kick to it.
For me, maybe compared to the 21, 22, or the 22, 23, just a little bit more power in the mid palate too. It's probably a vintage character. Maybe it's the extra year of vine age.
Yeah,
just hitting that 87, 88 year sweet spot.
That's when it really hits its straps. Chenin Blanc.
Yeah, that's what I find. But no, maybe I don't think they've changed much with the winemaking. I'd say probably just the vintage is just a little bit warmer in 24, and you're seeing a bit more oomph.
Killer wine. That's going to outlive you, Tom. Not me, but you.
Without question.
Tremendous.
This bottle might outlive me the way we're going.
That's very good.
All right, that's a great start. Refreshing, hey? What I love about Chenin Blanc, how versatile the variety is.
Yes.
You know, yes, it can show sight and all that stuff, but on the dinner table, compared with anything, you're looking for a refreshing white, Chenin Blanc. You want something with power, right. Chenin Blanc. You want to match with a wide range of foods.
Chenin Blanc.
Chenin Blanc.
Chenin Blanc. All right.
Speaking of Chenin Blanc,
how about some Chardonnay?
So, we alluded to a Burgundy producer who's, of course, Pierre-Yves Colin-Morey. We get a...
Just say PYCM.
Well, okay, but I have to at least show that I can pronounce it.
Yeah.
PYCM, which, of course, is one of the most kind of sought-after cult Burgundy producers going around. And we get a decent swing every year of these wines, but even then, they're lucky to make a day or two on the site.
Yeah, usually it's sold out in about an hour or two.
Yeah. We got more this year.
We got more.
I bullied the importer.
You did?
Yeah.
Yeah, how is he? Is he okay?
I don't think so. I've got some compromising photos of him.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
Oh, shit. Mate. Is he on a certain Epstein list?
Big shout out to the lovely people at Vintage and Vine who bring this wine in every year. One of Australia's finest importers. Wonderful people. Definitely not related to Jeffrey Epstein at all. So,
what list?
What list, they say. So, look, we've got a range of wines. Most of them you only get a handful of bottles of the Santenets and Chassagne Montrachet's and Saint Aubans and Montelets and all the Premier Crus. We've got a slightly bigger swing, a couple boxes, of the Bourgogne Haute Côte de Beaune Blanc, which is this wine. 2023, the entire release is 2023 cuvées. Apart from the rosé.
The rosé.
Rosé de Pinot.
Yes.
Which we still, last time I checked, had like 7 or 8 bottles there.
Yes.
Check it out. Such a cool wine.
The unicorn rosé.
Yeah.
Weird.
So that's there. And this, and I think maybe a little bit of the Bourgogne Blanc, and that's it until the Premier Cru, Grand Cru release a bit later in the year.
Yep. So this is effectively it's kind of like a baby Saint Aubin, isn't it?
Yeah, well, I think
Sort
those Haute Côte de Beaune coming from the slopes kind of above Saint Aubin, predominantly, so not far away. You're looking at a similar soil profile, limestone and clay, of course, and but just slightly higher altitude, slightly cooler. Probably not going to have the same depth and richness and power as some of Pierre makes the amazing Saint Aubins, the Premier Cru wines there are just
so good, man.
Ridiculous.
So good.
And this is coming from nearby. I haven't tasted it yet. You tell me, but
it's this is the first time I've tasted this, and I wasn't expecting it to be quite this tight, because 23 is quite a warm vintage, but I guess the altitude in this vineyard is going to give you a little bit more sort of tension and zip. But the Saint Aubin is usually kind of quite an architectural sort of version of that wine. And this kind of looks like that too. This isn't baby wishy-washy, Bourgogne Blanc.
No.
It's got tension, it's got acid, it's got drive, it's got PYCM funk to it, but it's not too funky. The sulfide is quite dialed in.
It's got this really lovely kind of mid-palate richness that kind of tastes like that wax seal looks. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's got this kind of white chocolate creaminess kind of mid-palate thing.
That's a very good call. I also see a slight hint of toasted cornflakes or something like that as well. It's got a little bit of honeyed richness about it. So it's not super lean and mean Burgundy.
But they don't, he doesn't whack these wines with oak. His winemaking is quite well known, very hands off, very natural, hand picks, wild ferments, large barrel, old oak, extended lees aging without much badinage.
Yep.
So he doesn't want to overdo on that creamy character. But
it doesn't feel worked. It just feels like it's he probably just wanted the wine to relax a bit.
Yeah.
Delicious wine.
It's bloody good.
It's bloody good.
And I've got to say, Pierre's wines in the context of Burgundy, and in the context of Australian Burgundy prices too, for those people watching overseas. Unfortunately, here down under, we get whacked with pretty heavy import taxes and costs as well. But in the context of Burgundy, the wines I think are still great value.
That's why they sell out so quick.
Yeah,
because they're not.
That's a big part of it.
They're quite reasonably priced for.
And again, you're getting what is effectively Saint Aubin quality and or style.
No,
just for a fraction of the price. Okay, it doesn't have quite the same intensity and concentration as they will, but it's got the same sort of shape.
Yeah, delicious wine.
Yeah,
probably sold out by the time this video gets on the internet. But if it's not,
let's bully the importers a bit more.
You on that list? How do I cut around this list stuff? We're gonna have to leave it in. Anyway, all right, PYCM, boom.
All right, cool. Now, I'd say we're moving to red, but we're gonna detour via something kind of orangey, kind of pink.
Yes.
So we're heading to Georgia. Not that kind of Georgia.
Oh, Q Ray Charles. Georgia.
Q John Werdeman.
John Werdeman.
Pheasant's tears.
So, for those who aren't familiar with the pheasant.
Look at the colour of that.
With the pheasant's tears. Yeah, that looks good.
How good does that look?
I'm going to call that Rose Gold.
Rose gold, rose copper gold.
That looks dope. Pick up. So John Werdeman and Pheasant's Tears. For those who don't know the story, it's a really great story, which is basically American
A
bloke.
tale 6,000 years old.
Yes, American bloke goes to Georgia, falls in love with their 8,000-year-old winemaking culture, discovers all these like crazy varieties and brilliant small producers that are making like really traditional old school wines in Quevry, buried under the ground. He's like, this is awesome. I'm going to set up my own thing. So everyone's like,
2005, maybe it was.
what are you doing? But he starts making these wines in a traditional Georgian way. And I guess because he can speak English and like he's a very charismatic dude. Did you meet him?
At Rootstock.
Oh, you've met him at Rootstock, right?
I think.
Yeah.
Oh, did he come out?
Yeah, when he came out, I met
That
him.
was the first time I'd seen these
He did
wines.
like a-
And that's the Rootstock huge natural wine festival that became really a real movement here in Australia, in Sydney in particular, back around 2013, 2014, 2015.
Yeah. So around that time, I did
They
like.
brought out a bunch of the Queveries. Do you remember?
No, I didn't see the Quevry, but I was there when they brought like a whole tribe of these dudes out,
Yeah,
not just Werdeman. And there was so basically he did like a 3-hour masterclass that I did with him, where he just told like the full story. It was elite. And he showed a bunch of wines, some of them really funky, really fucked up, some of them absolutely extraordinary, and everything in between. That was close to 10 years ago now.
Yeah.
But in the last probably, 3 years, I think the wines have like massively made a corner, hey?
Without a doubt, the last, particularly the 2022s and 2023s, so we just landed a bunch of new 2023s. They look a lot more pinpoint and clean and pure than what you see in some of the other years. It's hard for the guys importing because they can't necessarily taste everything before they bring them out. Sometimes they might taste them a year or two earlier out of Quevry or out of bottle or whatever, and then they later get shipped out. And then sometimes in that process, the wines, because they're so naturally made, they can turn a bit. But the 23s that I tasted through a bunch of them with the importer, Tim Stock, who brings out these wines and is famous for it. And I was like blown away. I was like, Stocky, these look fucking great, mate.
Yeah.
These are so like precise and pure. So there's lots of wines from Pheasant's Tears. Traditionally the Rkatsiteli, that's the grape variety that is probably become most synonymous with Georgian orange wines.
Yep.
And they've got the Rkatsiteli, which is quite a deep kind of amber, rich
Really
color.
golden, like,
Yeah. This is a cousin of that. This is Vardisperi Rkatsiteli. So apparently it's like a long lost cousin of Rkatsiteli, and was nearly extinct, brought back by these guys and a couple others. And it's like a pink skinned kind of version.
Yep.
And you can see that in this color. It doesn't have the same density of color. It's a gorgeous color. It's kind of like a pinky, light, coppery sort of thing.
It's rose gold, Tom.
It's absolutely rose gold.
It's rose gold.
And made in the same Quevry they've been using there for 200 years or something. It's bloody insane.
So cool. So if I'll try and find some imagery to put up with these, because you got to see like how these wines are made, because it's the whole process. And they are 0-0, like there's no ads whatsoever. This is literally like a harken back to the most ancient form of winemaking. And to get the wines this clean is crazy.
Yeah.
Because that's very delicate.
Very delicate.
Like
It's a different beast to what we've tried, other wines from Pheasant's Tears.
totally. It's so in terms of aromatic profile, it's not the easiest wine to describe. It's really kind of like, I think like a curry paste, like curry powder. There's like some mustard seed or something going on there.
Savoury.
It
as well.
is.
It doesn't give like really overt florals and tropical fruits or anything.
And like the fruit spectrum is kind of like orange citrus, I reckon. It's like kind of mandarin, but like quite tart and tight.
Yeah, a little bit of spice covered thing going on too. It's really interesting.
It's cool.
And on the palate, it's got this kind of loose knit kind of feel. Like it's you can tell it's a kind of natural wine. It sort of sloshes around your mouth, but in watercolors. You know what I mean? It's really got this lightness of touch on the palate. It's not like especially long or complex, but it's interesting to drink and it's refreshing.
Yeah. I think the big thing, like if you've tried some Georgian wines in the past and been like, that's really full on, this is not that full on. It's much more refined.
You know what's different with this? The tannin.
Yeah, because the
It's much
tannin
more
is
subtle.
It isn't as chunky.
No, those big orange wines from Georgia, big skin contact wines, can have really, really bitey, chunky tannin.
Yep.
And that can be awesome. This thing it's much more delicate. It looks for all intents and purposes much more like a white wine.
Yeah.
Like just a little bit of skin contact.
A little bit of skins. Yeah.
Very
and
cool.
Also, if you're a absolute Georgian or amber wine freak, you're gonna love that too. So something different.
Something different. How cool.
Cool.
6,000 years.
57 years. Is it 6,000? I thought it was 8,000.
Maybe it's 6,000 BC. I thought it was 6,000. Let's just split the difference. 7,000
7,000 years. Give or take 1,000 years.
All right, mate. All right. So we're going to come back to Australia. We're going to go south to Victoria. We're heading to Beechworth.
We are going to Beechworth. We're going to Beechworth with one of the bargains of the year, I reckon, Tom.
Absolute bargain.
Bargain. Actually, do you want to... Shall we rinse?
That's what we do. We rinse.
We rinse, yes.
Because we're gangsters.
So, Fighting Gully Road, FGR, the Sangiovese Kings of Beechworth.
I reckon Julian Castagna might have something to say
Oh
about
shit! I forgot Castagna.
that.
All right,
Mark's the prince.
don't tell Julian.
Don't tell Julian, mate. You'll sleep with the fishes.
True. Mark Walpole is one of Australia's very best grape growers, and he has really, I think, over the last couple of vintages of this wine, I reckon have been pretty much a lock for the best value Sangiovese in the country. Hey,
Yeah. Did Mark actually win the Viticulturist of the Year award?
yeah, I think
Or was
so.
he nommed? I think he might have won it.
Yeah, I think I won it last year.
Yeah, so as Wade says, one of Australia's foremost grape growers, Viddies, who sells fruit to other grape producers, helps people set up their vineyards and farms. But this is his label. And the wines, it's been really like under the radar. He doesn't make a big song and dance, Mark.
No.
He's not that kind of guy. But those in the know that some of the best value in Beechworth is right in this label. Like Chardonnay, Pinot's good.
Yeah.
For the Verdicchio collectors out there,
Verdicchio.
Australia's best.
The
But
Verdicchio is Ridicchio.
I think we both agree, like this Sangiovese at $30 to $35 retail is just silly value.
Like, look at it. It looks like Sangiovese, right?
You know the colour?
Yeah.
So in this vintage, 5% Colorino. It's another
Cool.
Tuscan variety. And apparently really adds that colour
Cool.
and a bit of lift.
Freshness, brightness, vitality, juiciness. This is the quintessential kind of like pizza wine. These are absolutely ridiculous value wines, hey.
How exciting is Sangiovese in Australia? I feel like we're just getting a grip now on how to make these wines. Like getting the right clones in the ground, not yielding too high, not cropping too high, hand-picked, and a big part of it is it's the élevage. Not too much new oak and small oak, large old barrels, and with extended skin contact, and let the fruit and the tannin and everything just meld and develop.
I think I want to have the great Sangiovese symposium. We were talking about a symposium.
We're due for the Sangioposium.
The Sangioposium. It was right there. Why didn't you say that?
You're welcome. TM.
TH.
Or TH.
No, because there is, I would say, Sangiovese sort of came on the scene in the 90s and came in with a bang. It's like, oh, how cool is this? There's something that's not Shiraz. And then it was like, oh, wait a minute. A lot of these wines aren't that good. But now, I think Australian Sangiovese is like, for me, in terms of what I take home and drink and buy, it goes Grenache, Sangiovese, Pinot.
And Pinot Gris, just between Grenache and...
Somewhere in there, yeah. Rkatsiteli sits like somewhere in there.
Of course. I feel like Sangiovese lost a bit of steam for a while, and all these new other grapes coming through, Nero d'Avola and Aglianico and Montepulciano and then Tempranillo and everything else. But actually, Sange is the one that I think is going to be a real winner here in Australia. This is unbelievably delicious. We're really excited for that wine. Mark nailed it. Guys, buy this wine. No brainer. What's it cost? $30. Seriously.
Can't spit it.
No.
That's an unspittable wine.
All right. Let's keep moving, mate.
Very good.
We've got wines to open.
What else?
We're going to Canberra.
We are going to Canberra.
This great nation's capital.
So, why didn't we use the Sangiovese as the transition there? From one great Sangiovese maker to another. Ravensworth.
With not his Sangiovese.
Brian Martin No, this isn't this Sangiovese. But
Brand new estate release from our dear friend Brian Martin of Ravensworth in Murrumbateman, just outside of Canberra, but technically in New South Wales. So great New South Wales producer.
Yep. 2023 in Canberra. Seriously cool. Seriously late.
Yeah.
Wet.
Challenging.
Challenging if you don't know how to grow grapes.
Or if you don't grow your own grapes.
If you don't grow your own grapes.
And Brian, he'd be growing the grapes.
He does.
He'd be growing everything.
He'd be growing everything. Yes, just by sheer coincidence, we tasted this with Brian last week. Just the day after we did, if you go and watch the Shiraz video, which is right there, Tom, our Crazy Shiraz Showdown, which featured Clonakilla, which is where Brian made wine for over a decade before he started Ravensworth, or even during. And so we actually had this against Tim's, both the 23s back to back.
Yeah.
It was really interesting. It was Brian's first look at the Clonakilla 23, but great to look at those wines side by side. They're both beautiful wines. Really great depiction of a cool wet vintage. So you've got much more finesse this year. Like, this is definitely the most elegant version of this wine I've tasted, I reckon.
Yeah.
Maybe back since like 17.
Yeah.
It's probably like, it's quite similar to the 17, and that aged really, really well. But it wasn't like a big, showy, flashy wine on release.
Mate. I mean, that's lighter than the Sangiovese.
It
You know,
is.
you think about your usual order of events when you're tasting Australian red wines and you finish with the Shiraz. But that's Pinot in shape, isn't it? Which is part of the appeal. It's just so pretty. Now, Shiraz Viognier, very small amount of Viognier co-fermented with Shiraz. What do you say, 2%?
Yeah, it's bugger all.
20%?
20%.
Yeah. No, it's not 2%. 2 or 3%, which just adds a little bit of that perfume, exotics, and gives the wine this lovely slipperiness on the palate. You know what I mean? It just kind of softens the tannin and just...
It dials the glycerol up just a smidge.
Which makes them just so
but it really helps
alluring.
It really helps like to build palate weight in a year like this, right?
Yeah, for sure. That's why I went the 20% route.
20%
Just
Viognier.
whack it with Viognier, mate.
Tremendous wine, tremendous producer.
The best. We need to go down. He's got a new full-on smoker, he said.
Yes! To go with the pizza oven.
Yeah, he's like, let me catch something for you. let me kill something for you. Okay, let's go.
Yeah, for sure. But yes, one of Australia's premier Shiraz Viogniers.
Without doubt. And it's a lovely release. Like, also check out Riesling, Granary, White Blend, Estate Sangiovese, and if it's still there, small batch of Syrah as a separate one to this. But this is the flagship Ravensworth wine, and it's a really gorgeous, pretty vintage of it. It's not as intense. I don't know if it'll be as long-lived. I'm sure it'll go.
Mate, when was the last time we tried the 17?
We tried some old ones with him.
Yeah.
Some old
ones. But the 17 is a very similar vintage to this. So, and like, you know, I had a bottle of that 2 years ago, and it wasn't going anywhere. So, that's delicious wine. But who cares? You don't need to wait. You can drink that right now.
Nah, rip in. All right, mate. Great lineup of releases. It was pretty tough narrowing it down this week.
Yep.
To just those 4 or 5 wines. So much great stuff in the store. But we're going to do a bit of a deep dive on the one and only. Well, no, let's not spoil the fun. All right, we're going to do a bit of a deep dive on a great producer. But first, we've got a little winemaker mate we caught up with recently. I am here with Mr. Aaron Mercer of Mercer Wines. I love the merch, mate.
That's fantastic. You should get yourself one.
Well, mate, 2 can play this game, so...
Here we go.
There you go. All right.
Nice.
Should we get into the speed round, the questions?
Yeah, fire away.
All right, mate. What is one wine trend that you wish you could outlaw?
Let me. I was going to go on some rant about. About natural wine, but I've made so much bloody money out of natural wine that I don't want to go on about it. I think we should outlaw probably that snobbiness around wine.
Yeah.
I mean, we see the rest of the world adopt wine-based cocktails, and so what if you want a bit of Coca-Cola in the top of your glass of red wine with some ice?
I thought that's what that was in the
Yeah,
Barb
that
era.
was, mate. We have that much sugar in it. No, but we just, but no. Look, I just think wine should be a drink, and we should think about it like that.
What is the best wine that you've had from the Hunter Valley that wasn't made by you?
There are so many. I would say the Tyrrell's portfolio is about the greatest in Australia. Halliday agree with that. Mine would be one of those sort of mid-2000s, 2005, 2006 VAT ones, which really changed the game for me. That sort of said, hey, shit, wine can be a great thing.
I love it. Why the Hunter for you? What makes this place special?
I grew up here. I am not from a wine family, but I did grow up in the Hunter Valley. My first job was at Scarborough. I love it. Great people. Family's what keeps us here. We've lived overseas.
Yeah.
We lived in America, moved back. Family is what keeps us here.
Great answer. Where's your recommendation these days for a beer and separately a good bite to eat in the Hunter?
Well, I think we've already spoken about this. The Colburn Small Bar.
The Colburn
I
Small
don't know
Bar.
if that's ever come up.
You're about the fifth person to suggest that. I think we're going to miss it this
out-
afternoon. What
outside-
time does Tomo kick off?
Outside of that, some great places. Jimmy Jones. If you are putting this for people coming to the Hunter, great place out in Lovedale. Jimmy Jones. Go
Yeah,
out there for a
great.
beer.
Last question, mate. Doing very well. What do you want people when they come in here to your cellar door or have a bottle of Mercer wines in a restaurant or wherever? What do you want them to feel and think when they're enjoying one of your wines?
Look, we make wine to drink. We make thoroughly delicious, enjoyable, smashable wines. We want them to be absolutely thrilled, delighted with a bloody good drink, I reckon.
Mate, awesome answer.
Yeah.
Thanks, mate.
Okay.
That was great.
Thank you.
All right, we are back with this week's feature in our Wine Unfiltered show, and is of course the enigmatic, emphatic wines of Joshua Cooper in the Macedon Ranges, one of Australia's most talented and exciting, yet somehow understated young winemakers.
Yes. So Josh Cooper. So Josh grew up in wine. His parents, Alan and Nellie, are the owners and founders of Cobor Ridge. So if you don't know the Cobor Ridge wines, maybe Australia's greatest rosé, ridiculous Chardonnay.
Lagrange.
Oh.
Do you even Lagrange?
Oh, do you even know Lagrange if you haven't had the Cobor Ridge Lagrange? Absolutely sensational wines. Grown up in like the very, very cool climate of Macedon Ranges. So we started buying these wines
14,
15, something like that.
Super early when he only made a handful of boxes, really.
Yeah.
And Josh is only in his kind of mid-30s now.
Yeah.
Almost.
Yeah, he's younger than you.
I had my 40th recently.
Yeah, I've heard. But a tremendous winemaker and legit probably one of the biggest talents of his generation.
Yeah.
So this is quite an ambitious project. He's trying to make like legendary wines, basically. He's not interested in making things like that are fun, juicy, bright, and ready to smash. These are dead serious wines that are built for the cellar.
He's very classically minded in how he approaches wine. He collects old Bordeaux. He loves all the great old Burgundies. And this wine, the Sauvignon Blanc, is modelled on the wines of the great producers of the Loire Valley, Francois Cotes, Didier Dagenau, etc. And he's trying to make Australia's best Sauvignon Blanc, best Pinot, best Cabernet, best Chardonnay. So it's incredibly ambitious, but we love that about Josh and his approach. It's really uncompromising.
Trying to make Australia's best Sauv Blanc. And he's having a red hot crack with this wine. Have you tasted this yet?
Not yet.
You tasted it when he came in the other day, yeah.
Sorry, of course I did, yeah. So Pyrenees fruit in kind of central Victoria, around the Warramang area, and it's all hand-picked. It's the vineyard Josh was explaining, it's a very kind of rocky site, gravelly, kind of clay loam, but then like bits of quartz and stuff scattered around the vineyard.
Yep.
And again, trying to arc back to some of those great French Sauvignon Blancs, as opposed to like what we see in the rest of Australia and New Zealand, for example.
This Piran vineyard makes some ridiculously good Sauv Blanc. the craziness of the acid structure in that wine and the amount of flavor and like how perfectly it works with the barrel, that time on lees, the richness and texture in it.
He makes it like a Chardonnay, basically.
I feel like it. If you're like a New Zealand Sauv Blanc lover,
Look away.
yeah, you're not going to like this
Turn
wine.
off the channel, throw away
Why do
your
you
computer.
keep telling people to do that?
Unsubscribe right now.
Never
This
talk to me
channel
again.
is not for you. No. All welcome, please.
No, don't do that.
Oyster Bay Vertical next week.
Just go and buy what you like.
It's unbelievable.
But it's fucking good, man. Like this is kind of Sauv
That's the
Blanc.
concentration, right?
Yes.
So like I said, it's made more like a Chardonnay. If you imagine the kind of structure and the shape of a Chardonnay, imagine that, but with a slightly more kind of tropical fruit profile than what you see in most Chardonnay, which is a bit drier and more restrained in fruit.
It's got a beautiful coolness to the fruit because it's like a cool site in a warm year.
Yeah.
So lots of flavor, but there's like a really lovely kind of almost like green tinge to it. So you know that it hasn't gotten like into that really blousy, ripe, tropical kind of zone.
And that's a place where people can miss when they're trying to make these more intense styles of Sauvignon Blanc, is the wines can become too ripe, too tropical, and then they throw more oak at it because I think they can, and then it's just this kind of blousy thing. This is all very in place, very neat, very composed, but there's a power and an intensity and a structure to it.
Very fancy. Like that's Sauv Blanc built for the cellar. It's not that dissimilar to like something like Triolet or something like that, where it's like
A little bit more giving up front.
Yeah.
There's a bit more generosity than the Triolets, which are really wound up.
pretty cool.
But really cool.
How often do you say that about a Sauv Blanc?
I say it about his Sauvignon Blancs every year, man.
Yeah.
I love these wines.
And the rosé. We don't have the rosé on the table. The rosé is always an absolute belter too. All right, Pinot.
So this was the wine that we got introduced to Josh via.
I think we had the Syrah, but he doesn't even make that anymore.
No,
like
it's Syrah and this Doug's Pinot. So the Doug's vineyards in Macedon Ranges are planted to a variety of Pinot clones, red volcanic soils, and it's always been incredibly fragrant, pretty feminine sort of Pinot. Now, tasting with Josh a couple of weeks ago, and it's hard to get much out of Josh. Like he keeps his cards pretty close to his chest.
no, massive chatterbox, right?
Massive chatterbox. But he said to me he thinks probably the best Doug's going back to maybe 2014, I reckon he said 14 or 15.
Yep.
And I agree. And I think that's slightly warmer vintage because we've had now 2021, 22, 23 of like cool vintages. Before that, they were like hot vintages, so it was difficult. This is coming off the back of still cool winters, but with a warmer summer. And you get all the refinement that you expect in Doug's, but with a bit more oomph.
Lots of power. Also, lots of funk. Like, you're going to want to be into reduction in Pinot.
Yeah.
Like, because that's got like a smoky, minerally...
Does he use
like
punch in this?
I can't remember. Definitely some. You don't get that kind of reduction unless you're using like good whole bunch, hey? A good amount of whole bunch. But it puts me in mind of... When I taste that, I'm like, it's kind of like if the Wanderer and Chateau kind of like had a love child.
Like
something
the
like
reduction of Chateau with that red fruit of Wanderer.
Yeah, something like that, hey.
Jim and Adam. And the result is Josh. His tweed jacket.
Anyway, that's a really shit kind of like ham-fisted way of trying to articulate what that wine's like. But it's beautiful, glorious Macedon fruit.
Oh, man.
So much plushness, so much power, but tension. It's got tannin. It's got sex appeal and smoke. It's like...
It's bloody good. I don't know if there's been many reviews of this yet, but I kind of concur with Josh.
Who cares?
That's maybe my favourite in some time. Just because it's got... You always see that bit of funk and structure in Josh's wines. The Doug's can become quite earthy and kind of intellectual in some years, where you almost need to give it time. That's got a bit more flirtation up front, doesn't it, in the fruit? There's a bit more brightness.
Yeah. It's really quite graphite and like, I don't know, it's got a real stony kind of like crushed rock minerality about it.
Has the length.
Ridiculous.
Man, still tasting like from that last sip.
Ridiculous. What a wine.
Can make wine, eh?
Can make wine.
Okay, but so Chardonnay, Sauv Blanc, Pinot, also great Chardonnay. We don't have the Chardonnay to show today, so we ran out of stock, unfortunately, but makes some bloody amazing Chardonnay. But probably Josh's biggest love is Cabernet.
This is the one true love, I think.
He's the claret man of Australia.
And how many like sub 50-year-old guys do you know who are like uber passionate about Cabernet? Me and and Josh Cooper.
Just you and Josh, mate.
Except Josh knows these. What he's done is built like a little portfolio of epic old Victorian vineyards, which produce beautifully supple, medium-bodied claret. So his family, his mum and dad have got like a cellar full of these wines going back to like the 70s, 60s and 70s. So he's like, if you go to dinner with him, like that's what he's pulling out.
Yeah.
It'll be like this or a bit of Bordeaux, maybe a Berg or something. But like these great Aussie, like medium-bodied Cabernet-based wines are what he's trying to bring back. And we're with you, Josh. Let's bring him back.
Let's bring him back. So this is Beaune Vineyard in Bendigo. Again, warm sort of central Victoria that wasn't doing a great deal, I think, before. Like, I don't know if those wines have been made as single vineyard wines in recent times.
We used to sell those wines. Remember this?
For Beaune.
Yeah, for Bourgogne. But there's one patch of, so whatever goes into the white label Bourgogne Cabernet, there's one old vine block that was planted in 1970. It's like the OG patch of it. And Josh asked the viticulturist, is it cool if I get some fruit from that block? Because it's like some of the earliest plantings of Cabernet in Victoria. And he's like, yeah, sure. And he's like, can I pick it like 2 weeks earlier than you? And he's like, if you want to. Like, it's not going to be very ripe. And he's like, no, trust me. Like, this is what I want to do. So how much booze is this? This is 13.5. This is actually one of the riper vintages of this wine because it's been late 12s.
But the other wine's being made off this vineyard to be sitting in the 14s comfortably.
Yes. And this is...
It smells amazing, man.
This is power with weightlessness. Like, that's what you're trying to get with great Cabernet. You put your nose in the glass and it's so perfumed. It's glorious.
It also smells so Aussie.
It does.
It smells like the Aussie bush, doesn't it? There's a minty eucalypt sort of character to it that I love seeing that in Australian Cabernet.
And you can't mistake it for it coming from anywhere else.
No.
Like,
and if that character is too over the top, it's off-putting.
Yep.
You don't want it to look like a mint choc top as much as that is the greatest ice cream that ever was and ever will be. It's got to be just a hint, mate.
If we're going to have an ice cream showdown,
What's your ice cream?
choc top.
Mint choc top.
That is so garbage.
What, in that setting, in a cinema?
Yeah.
What's your ice cream? Oh, actually, I forgot some other
Just never go ice cream in the cinema.
Cornetto?
Popcorn. You go popcorn.
Maybe you go popcorn as a main.
You mainly go popcorn with Maltesers, but it's just how much popcorn can you eat.
See,
That's how you do it.
It's garbage, mate.
No, I almost killed myself with the amount of popcorn. I called in sick to work. Like,
that's right, you got popcorn poisoning.
Like about 2 months ago, with the most embarrassing thing of like, I can't come to work. I ate too much popcorn last night.
Yeah, poor waiter had a sore tummy. That's why you missed my 40th, wasn't
I'm fucking cutting this out of the video. No, I'll keep it in. Anyway, back to legendary Cabernet. So this wine...
people are watching this at home with popcorn too. That's the great irony.
Good, go hard. The thing about this wine is Josh is trying to make this be a 50-year wine. I have no doubt that this is going to sell brilliantly for 5 decades. It shows finesse, balance, class.
Oh boy.
It's got all the intensity and flavor and structure that you want.
Perfect structure. Perfect balance.
God.
You know what I mean? The fruit is it's subtle and medium bodied. The tannin is just so spot on. I don't know how he does it, but that is such a drink.
God, that's seriously good Cabernet.
I thought it when I tasted it. I think I mentioned I did a little Instagram post after tasting with Josh, and I call it the best Cabernet I've tasted in 2025, and that confirms it for me. Like,
yeah,
that's unreal.
Yeah, when do we taste Mount Mary?
Yeah, quintet coming up in a couple of weeks.
Yeah.
I'll reserve judgment.
Yeah. But yes, phenomenal wine. Shout out, Josh.
Amazing, mate. Great producer. These wines come and go in a flash every year. We stock up as best we can. We've got a great relationship with Josh, and he looks after us. So there's some wine there, but not lots, and it's hard to say on which cuvées and or not are going to survive. There's also the Dash Farms Cabernet, which is slightly cheaper and amazing. The Claret blend, the Rosé. Love Josh Cooper.
Yep.
All right, mate. I think it might be that time.
Time to get blind.
Time to get blind. All right, welcome to another fun-filled episode of Getting Blind, our blind tasting challenge. 1 minute blind tastings, mind you. Me versus Wade. We've each picked a wine for each other that we don't know what it is. We have 1 minute to try and guess as much as we can about the wine. The winner wins nothing really except for pride.
Yeah, this is the world's most diabolical tasting challenge, but anyway.
After a really good start, where I think I won the first 2 weeks, I haven't won since.
Yeah.
And Wade's been in great form.
I stitched you up massively last week, so just know
You did.
I've gone easy on you this week.
That just puts more pressure on me.
Okay, all right. Ready for the wine?
Let's do it.
Close your eyes. Ding! And we're back. All right.
Look at the colour.
So that's your first look. Hey, hands off the... No touchy.
That's like I was at trivia last night,
Yeah.
and I was just texting on my phone, and the host walks up to me with a mic. He goes, "Nice looking phone there, buddy." I'm like, I freaked out.
Yeah.
I'm like, I'm just texting my wife.
no-no. It's a massive no-no. All right. You ready?
We lost, by the way. We didn't.
Did you?
Yeah.
Oh, what a bummer.
Yeah.
Trivia's hard.
Yeah.
All right. Ready?
Yep.
3, 2, 1, go.
All right, colour. Quite rich and golden. Oh. Some reduction, some funk, some spice.
Yum.
Oh, okay. I'm in Chardonnay territory.
Yeah?
It looks like Chardonnay. It's got Chardonnay aromatics, reduction, a little bit of that wood smoke kind of character, bit
Really?
of quince, bit of tropical. And then on the palate, richness, some stone fruit, nice length. It's very, very delicious. Have my fun.
You have 15 seconds. 14,
What?
13, 12. 1 minute is not long, folks.
I'm Australian Chardonnay.
Yep.
It's got some funk. Could be Yarra Valley, Adelaide Hills, Australian Chardonnay.
Oh, that's it. All right.
Ah, that's so scary. Like kind of like a lo-fi sort of producer, like a Commune of Buttons kind of vibe. Recent vintage, 2023, 2024. There's richness, there's freshness, there's a bit of funk.
There's a lot of richness, hey?
Yeah. So that says to me Chardonnay. What else could it be? I don't know. It could be a Fiano.
Doesn't matter
maybe.
what else it could be, Tom.
Just
That was
tell me
your
what it
guess.
is.
All right, you ready?
I need this.
3, 2, 1.
Hey,
It
come
is.
on! I'm back, baby! Adelaide Hills Chardonnay, J&S Filkey.
I did softball you. You have tasted this wine already.
Have I?
Yeah.
When did we taste it?
When Gemma and Steve came in.
The 24?
Yeah.
Did we?
Oh, no.
No, I haven't tasted this.
You haven't tasted this yet?
No.
Oh.
Not this vintage. Tasted it
Mm.
last year.
Yeah. It's pretty bloody good, eh?
It's really good. It's got some real viscosity and generosity, doesn't it?
Yes.
Like, again, probably the vintage 24.
Yeah.
22, 23 were a bit more savoury and lean.
Because like Lenswood Chardonnay has more richness to it. It's not Piccadilly where it's
Yeah.
like super tight and built for sparkling. This is a
13%. Like, it's a bit of
flavor country, man.
yeah.
Flavor and funk.
Oh, it's so
I'm into it.
How
That's
tasty is it?
so good. Oh, all right. So
Thank you for opening that because I've been so keen to try this.
Gemma and Steve Fielke, one of the coolest new acts in the Adelaide Hills over the last couple of years. They've planted a dry grown bush vine Grenache vineyard on Gemma's parents' property, which in like 70 years that place is going to be like producing amazing old vine Grenache.
This has an almost Jura-esque kind of vibe.
A little bit,
doesn't it?
hey,
Little bit of-
lots of saltiness to
Yeah,
it.
it feels a bit oxy, like there's just this openness to the palate.
Yeah, cool.
All right,
I'm into
down
it.
a gauntlet. Let's
Okay.
go. I'm back, baby. I'm back.
Yeah. Just so you know, there's a softball. There was a softball. It's Adelaide Hills Chardonnay.
Softball?
Come on,
Yeah, but
come on.
look, it doesn't taste like any other Adelaide Hills Chardonnay. There's genius in that. Appreciate it.
It really doesn't. All right.
All right.
Go.
I'm just sitting here watching you.
Go on.
All right, we're back.
Okay. Oh.
Let me get my timer.
Oh, no.
Oh, no.
What's that?
Oh, no.
Is that rosé? It kind of looks like...
Are you ready? Hey, put it down.
Jesus, I'm sorry. It's like I had my phone.
Whoa,
it's
whoa,
like,
whoa,
It's
whoa.
like I had my phone out at a trivia night.
All right, you ready?
Yep.
3, 2, 1, begin.
What the fuck is this, Tom? What is this?
Revenge. That's what this is. Vengeance.
Okay. All right. So, super light in body, but really raisin. Like, I just went straight to like Sangiovese for some reason. I think, but that color is not quite Sangiovese. Like, it's going to be like the world's lightest Sangio or something like that. I think it's like, what else could it be? Tannin profile's weird.
You have 15 seconds.
I'm not going to get anywhere near close to this. Okay. I'm just going to say that I think it's like a baby. Oh my God, someone's going to hate me. I'm going to say it's a baby entry-level Sangiovese from Italy. Training wheels Chianti sort of thing. But that's just such a terrible guess. Oh my God, it's a fucking. Oh my God, this is so
It's
bad.
hard. It's 1 minute. And
It's
you're not
1
that good at
minute.
tasting wine. Don't worry. You'll get there.
Oh my God,
You'll get there.
it does kind of taste like that.
Yeah.
I
mean, your time's up, so
I know.
I'm going with your original answer.
I know,
and then we
this
can
is-
dissect it after. So you've said
This is
like
so bad.
a little Chianti.
Yeah,
sort
like
of thing.
a baby kind of like
Yeah.
sand sort
All
of
right,
thing.
let's have a look.
This is not good.
Can I tell you, you've actually done pretty well.
Have I? Oh fuck! Shit! I did okay.
It's an Italian red.
It's the Borgo.
It's the Marion Borgo Valpolicella. So
Okay.
it's not from the center of Italy. It's obviously from the north in
Yeah.
Veneto, but it's also not a typical Valpol. It's a very tough blind tasting wine.
It
It's,
is.
You know, Valpolicella, famously a passamento, dried grapes.
Yeah.
This is not that.
Yeah, this is
It's
like.
got the classic varieties like,
This
so
is-
let's see if I get the varieties. Corvina, Corvinone, Rondinella, Oceleta blend. But it's all stainless steel, no dried grapes, fresh, crunchy, bright. It's a baby Valpol made for everyday drinking. But still, you said something at the very beginning. You said it's like fresh and bright, but there's some dried fruit.
Yeah.
And I thought, oh shit, he's going to get this.
Yes. Well, now that makes a whole lot of sense. This is a particularly light and nervy vintage
Yeah,
of this
this
wine,
is
I
it.
think. Hey.
Yeah.
Because I've loved this wine, and I've bought this for
So
years.
12 and a half, so pretty light on.
12 and a half
for
for
Valpolicella.
Valpolicella. Yeah, so come on. I'm happy. I got the country. That's pretty good.
Look, you've done okay.
I've done.
You should be proud.
Okay.
You haven't disgraced yourself or your family.
No.
But you have lost the day.
But
I'm back, baby.
you are back. The color like totally threw me.
Oh, mate.
Like, you know, I've just had no chance because it doesn't even look like Sangiovese,
Yeah.
which is why I was like, is this engine room Sangiovese that's got no color to it?
Yeah.
But it doesn't drink like that. Like that was more, it's pretty fucking delicious. Like I'll take that home. Do you want to take the Chardonnay? I'll take that.
Yeah, let's do it.
Yeah.
Now, I think we're done. We're finished. Lots of great wines today. We should pick a wine of the week. Or maybe like a podium. Like our top 3 wines from today's tasting. So I'm gonna nominate firstly for me this Sauvignon Blanc.
Oh, Josh, on the podium.
Oh, actually,
huge.
no, hang on. I take it back. I'm panicking.
I love when we're like off book like this. This is not discussed
sorry.
prior.
I'm doing this.
So what? Yeah.
That's a pick. What else is really great? Do you want the Berg?
Yeah, probably put the
It
bit-
was really good.
It was really good. And for sheer bang for your buck,
Yeah.
I'm going to put that up.
All right, three wines now for me.
Yeah, that's probably wine of the day, eh?
I think so.
Yeah,
The Josh Cooper Cabernet.
so good.
Spectacular.
Yeah.
Unbelievable.
I'm very,
And will
very...
live forever.
It will. I joked about the Sauv Blanc, but that is actually going to outlive both of us quite comfortably. Phenomenal wines. Okay. All right, cool. I think we did it, Tom.
I think we did it. Great tasting. One of my favourites so far. That was
Awesome.
fun. Great
Yes.
booze.
This is getting more fun. I'm
is.
getting worse at blind tasting.
I don't
somehow,
hate
but-
it yet, so we'll keep it going.
Okay.
Hey, everyone, thank you so much for watching these videos. We really, really appreciate it. Love the comments, interaction. Get in there. We love it. Tell your mates, and we'll be back soon with more great videos for you, hopefully.
Tremendous.
Tremendous. Off to get some popcorn. See you later.